Hey, welcome back. Another Abbey On Demand video. Today I'm bringing you Core 101. So the idea behind this one today is that we're going to learn a lot about our core muscles while getting a really good workout. You've probably heard trainers say in the past, every day is core day, and that can be true as long as you really know how to get in touch with your abdominal muscles, how to engage your core. So today that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to learn a little bit about what's going on in the abdomen, and you're going to get a really good burn at the same time. So what you're going to want to pick up for today, something like this. A playground ball would be absolutely amazing. You can get these on Amazon. You can probably get them from the grocery store. Maybe even your kids have some at home, but a squishy ball would work great. Maybe you have a pillow or a rolled up towel. That could all work just as well. So when you're ready, come and join me on the ground, and we are going to start laying flat on the floor. Set that ball off to the side and bring your back all the way to the floor. Feet are gonna be flat on the ground too. And we're gonna start checking in with the breath, okay? Breathe normally. Feel how much your rib cage moves. Feel what part of your belly is moving. Feel what part of your back is connected to the floor. Right now, you're just getting a sense of how you naturally move, what's going on for you. What we want to start to think about are our deepest abdominal muscles. Those are the transverse abdominals, okay? They're all the way inside. No matter how ripped you are, you're never going to see them, okay? If you did, that would be gross, and I would be totally scared for your health. So these are way deep in there. They wrap around your core, kind of like a corset, and they help hold everything in. So what we're gonna do is place the hands onto the belly, and as you exhale, start to knit the abs together and gently press the lower back into the floor. And then inhale again. None of this should be too hard. Okay, if you're thinking your effort goes on a scale of 1 to 10, this is like 3, okay? You're breathing, you're gently knitting those abs together, and then you're inhaling and letting everything relax. Okay, maybe you can see my lower back coming into contact with the floor when I exhale, and then when I inhale, it's gonna come away a little bit. Okay, I'm sure there's other ways to get in touch with your transverse abs. This just happens to work for me, and I've taught it to quite a few other people, and they said they've liked it as well, so I wanted to share it. Okay, now that you've gotten the hang of that, I want you to take that exhale, bring those low abs in, those deep abs in, bring the low back in contact with the floor, and see if you can inhale without letting go of that low back. Exhale it out again. Right? Practicing keeping some engagement in your core muscles without letting this low back move all around. Okay, so we're starting to gain some stability within those abs just by breathing. Okay, so far, so good. Shouldn't be too tough. Don't you worry. We're gonna get into that burn real soon. All right. So maybe you're breathing a little shallower than normal. That's okay. Breathing more from the chest than you are from the belly, because we want to hold that belly a little bit tighter. You've got those transverse abdominals working to hold you in place. Making things a little bit more challenging. See if you can bring your hands down by your sides for a little extra stability. We're going to lift the right leg up to a tabletop position without moving the back, and then slowly lowering it right back down. Same thing, other side. So we're going to lift up, nice and slow, and then bring it back down to the floor. I want you to try each side one more time like that. Maybe you'd like to place your hands on your hip bones to make sure nothing is moving. That'd be a great idea as well. So great that I think I'm gonna use that one right now for myself. And then try to speed it up a little bit. Lift for 2, lower for 2. Up, up, down. Our whole goal at this point is stability. So the low back is staying in contact with the floor, and you're never letting it come up. If for some reason your back starts to arch as you bring the foot back down to the floor, that means you've lost the connection in those transverse abs and a little bit in the other abdominal muscles as well. So we're keep working on that slow march. I'm starting to feel some work already. So hopefully you are too. We're gonna make this even quicker just to challenge to see if those muscles can keep up even though we're moving at a faster tempo. Okay, all we're doing is marching, trying not to bring the knees any closer to the torso than just about perpendicular to the floor or right over top of the hip bones. We're gonna take 8 more. 7, 6, and 5. So I'm starting to feel a nice burn in my lower belly. You've got 3 more here. Hands either back down to the floor or they stay at those hips. This one's challenging. 2 counts to bring both knees up at the same time and then back down to the floor. Yeah, I'm gonna need my hands down on the floor to give me a little bit more help. So it's up, 4, 2, and down. Try to relax the shoulders, relax the neck. This is definitely harder than moving one leg at a time. Yeah, so stick with me here if this is starting to feel like more of a challenge. Told you it wasn't gonna take that long till we got into that work. Down, 4, 2, and up, 4, 2. We're gonna go ahead and bring those legs up to that tabletop position. Hold them here, and we're gonna add the upper abs in. So slide the fingers on the floor, take a little crunch, and then come back down, lay flat on the floor. Up, 4, 2, and down, 4, 2. So the transverse abs are holding us tight in place. They're helping us keep that low back on the floor. But what we've just started to add is the rectus abdominis. Those are your six-pack muscles. And their job, besides looking super sexy when you're shirtless, their job is to bend your spine forward like this and then extend it when they stretch. So front, 4, 2, down. Low abs are holding in place, and we're using those upper rectus muscles to contract as we come forward. Again, let's make that a little bit faster. Up and down, up. Check in with your knees. Have they started to creep closer to your chest? If so, don't let them get any closer to your face than right over top of those hips. Down and up and down and up. Give me 4 more. If your neck's starting to hurt, you can hold your hands behind your head. All right, hands behind the head, everybody, and see if you can keep those rectus abdominis towards the top, a little contracted, and we're gonna take a little pulse right here. Pulse, 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 up and up and up. 8 more times. 8. Here's 6, 4, 3. One more challenge before we lose this. Right leg down, back up to tabletop, then left leg down, then back up to tabletop. Keep it slow. Down, up, and up. It's drop and drop. You've got 2 more times, just like this. Down, 4, 2, and up, 4, 2. Ready to take it a little bit faster? Don't lose control. You still got to work that burn. Lift, drop, lift. I'm setting my head into my hands so that I'm not overstraining in my neck, concentrating all of the work here in the core, in the abs. Down. All right, little fun finale. We're going to take this really quick. Goes tap and tap and tap and tap. Make sure you're not doing the can-can. Who does the can-can anymore? But you get what I mean, right? Hopefully. So we're moving the knees, we're moving the thighs. Even quicker, double time it out to finish this set. Touch, 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 touch. Check in with that low back. Is it starting to peel off the floor? If so, drive the belly button down towards that waistline. 7, 6. We're done in 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little rest. Hug the knees into the chest. Relax the head to the floor. So hopefully after that, you know where your transverse abs are. All right, all of that stuff that helps control you in, and you know a little bit where the upper rectus abdominis is. Okay, so next up, we're gonna take some of those same principles, but use a ball to hold us in a curved shape. Everything we just did had a really flat back because we were lying on the floor. But we know that you don't want to just always walk around with a stiff spine all day. We want to move in all different ways, okay? So this ball behind the back is going to help us hold a curved shape in the spine while we try to get in touch with some of those same things again. We're going to do a lot of the same movements again, just to practice in a different shape, okay? So from here, I actually want you to start breathing into that transverse engagement, right? Engage the abs with an exhale, and then see if you can keep them engaged on the inhale. Exhale, inhale. Nothing's really moving. Maybe a little bit of expansion in the abdomen on the inhale, but I'm trying to hold and keep the awareness in this core. Okay, now next, we're gonna start using the lower rectus abdominis muscles plus the transverse to start moving the pelvis just a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna have my hands behind my head just so you can see this a little bit better. And what we're gonna do is tuck the pelvis slightly and then release. So it's tuck, release. Okay? On my release, I'm not trying to overarch the low back. I don't want this to happen, but I'm deepening this C curve and then coming back to a more of a natural position. Deepen, release. Goes deep in, release. And deepen that curve. Release it, deepen it. The next time we deepen, we're gonna hold it right here. Hold that curve, march the right leg up, 4-2, and down. 4-2, another place you could keep your arms could be back here behind you, as long as you're not resting too much weight onto your elbows. But let's keep those hands behind the head or keep those elbows on the floor and pick up that speed. March, release, march, release. Right, still keeping integrity in the upper body. You're breathing, and more than likely, you're burning, because I'm burning. So if you're not burning yet, just know that you're in better shape than me right now. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Take it up, take it down, take it up, take it down. All right, I'm gonna bring my elbows to the floor for this next one. Both legs up at the same time. Drop back to the floor. This should look pretty familiar. We've done it already with the back flat on the floor. However, this position's a little bit harder to hold, and we're already tired. So this probably hurts worse. Okay, keep going with me. Lift, 4-2, and lower, 4-2. Relax your shoulders as best you can. I'm not worried about you keeping a tall posture. Remember, we want that curve in the spine. Up, up. Next time we bring those legs up, they're gonna hold here, and we're gonna start tapping one leg, then the other. Tap, 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 tap. 8 more slow. 7, 6, 5, 4. We're gonna take it quicker. Try not to lose that tension in your core. So we don't wanna be wiggling all around. Just little tiny touch, 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 touch. Keep going. 8 more for me. 7, that's really 16, but it's okay. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Little breather. Extend your back all the way over that ball. All right, so now we've worked lower rectus, upper rectus, transverse abdominals. Let's try to put them all together at the same time. We're gonna take that ball out, bring it into the knees, and once again, we're gonna lay flat on the ground. This time we're gonna get into something that probably is gonna look more familiar, but boy, oh boy, is it gonna burn a little bit. So we wanna bring the knees up and the upper body up at the same time, and then we're gonna lower everything back to the floor. It's gonna start nice and slow. Up, up, down, down, up. So here's a big fight that's gonna happen. As you lower, you wanna do this. Oh my God, look at my low back. It's so far off the ground. That's where those transverse abs have to stay working, all right? That was just my way of taking a small break. All right, take a breath in. I'll get you back on that tempo. We got a new song coming in anyway. 2 counts up. Up, 2, down, 2. The other thing that's tough to do on the way back down, try not to flare the ribs out. Keep those ribs knitted in. You're gonna feel a lot more connection with those 6-pack muscles. Up, 2, down, 2, up, 2. Do you think you got this a little faster? Let's give it a try. Up, down, crunch, rectus abdominis, transverse abs, all working together to give you the hottest abs in the biz. Keep it up. Little tiny crunch. Legs pull in, upper body pulls in. Pull, pull, pull. Crunch it, crunch it. You got 6 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take a little break. We're gonna move on to something slightly different. We gotta go to obliques, okay? So we've done all the middle. We gotta work on the sides. Obliques can move in a couple different ways. So I'm gonna work a twisting variation. Still a little bit of a crunch for us today. Haven't done this one in a while, but it's great with that ball. So first, let's come back down to the ground. You're gonna put the ball kind of under the side of your ribs. I'm starting with the ball on the left side with my right leg on top. I'm gonna extend my left arm out Bring my right arm behind the head. Notice my legs have kind of flopped over to the left side. Open the chest and the torso up towards the ceiling, and from here, we're gonna crunch the upper body, up and down. So now I'm focusing on shortening the side of my waistline where the obliques are, okay? Up and down. Slightly different, but still a similar movement. Oh boy, I really haven't done ab work like this in a long time. I gotta live up to my name. You're doing abs with abs. A little faster, tiny pulse, pulse, pulse. Okay, so if we're only moving the upper body, we're mostly working the upper portion of the obliques. We should get the lower portion involved as well. So what we're gonna do is hold the upper body and let's pull the knee into the chest, then set it back down. In, set it down, in, drop. Upper's still working because you're holding it here, but getting that lower part involved a little bit more as well. How about we mix the two together, both at the same time, upper and lower. Bring it all in. You can make this bigger by laying all the way over the ball, or you can keep it a little short. Whatever's gonna feel better for you right now. You're getting to know that core. Let's take 4 more. 3, then I'm gonna add something a little different for you, and 2. In 1 from here, extend your leg and arm, try to reach for the toe, and then we come on back. Reach for the foot, come on back. Can we add a crunch with that? Reach and extend the body long. Bring it up for 2 and down for 2. Twice more, lift, lower. We're gonna make it quicker because I love that. Tempo change, up and down. A little exhale out helps me to feel like I'm really staying with this. 4, we're gonna finish it out with some pulses. Reach the fingers towards the toes as best you can. Reach, reach, little tiny ones just to kind of wring every last bit of work out of that right side. Final 8, you can do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big stretch. All right. You know we got to do a second side though. So before we hit that second side, we're going to do a little intermission in a plank. Okay? So we've done all of our ab work so far in this relationship to gravity. Like gravity's pushing down on the body this way. So let's flip it over and take a little intermission in a plank. Okay? We'll take forearms to the floor. It's a little easier on the shoulders that way. Step the feet back and start with the feet together. Drop the hips in line with the shoulders. Tuck the booty underneath. Squeeze the inner thighs together and squeeze the glutes. Okay? From here, drive the floor away with the elbows. Keep a little bit of a tuck in that pelvis, so avoid this arched lower back. And we're gonna move just slightly forward and back, nice and slow. Forward, 2 counts, back, 2 counts, forward, 2 counts. Keep the distance, this is gonna sound weird, but think about it. Keep the distance between the belly button and the pubic bone as short as you can. It's gonna help you keep a little bit of a contraction in the abs. Speed up that shift. Here we go. Front, back, front, back. Glutes are still squeezed. Tension is still happening. 3 more. 2 more. 1, now we're gonna drop the little hips from side to side, the little hips. We're gonna drop your hips a little from side to side. Reminding your spine that it can twist, that it can rotate. 7 more here. 6, 5, 4. Stick with me in this plank. We're almost done with that intermission. Both knees bend and stretch. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Quicker, same thing. Bend, push, bend, push. Don't let the back move. You got 8 more of those, then we're gonna jog out the knees, alternating to finish in 4, 3, 2, 1 knee bends at a time, nice and quick. Switch, 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 switch. Give me 16 more. Don't come down. 4, 3, last 2, relax in 1. Knees down, hips back, give it a little stretch. All right, so we're almost done. All we have to do now to finish out is hit that other side of the obliques, and then we'll have hit just about everything on the abs, okay? So grab your playground ball, or maybe your pillow, or whatever it is that's helping you to prop up. I'm gonna face this way this time. Goes under the right side of the back. Right arm is out to the side. Left hand behind the head. Legs drop over to the right. And first thing we're gonna do is open the chest toward the ceiling. All right, so I've got some pressure here. I've got my stretch going on. And we're gonna start to curve the upper body. Up for 2, and down for 2. Slow down your heart rate a little bit. We've got a nice slow tempo going on. I am sweating. This room in here gets real hot with the doors closed. A little quicker. Up and down, up and down. Is lift and drop. Right, again, we're just concentrating on trying to move those obliques on the side. Obliques, a little bit of rectus. Up and down. And down. I'm off tempo. Up and down. Let's take 2 more. And then hold the upper body. We're going to bring the knee in. And then place it back down. Knee up, getting the lower portion of those obliques involved. Such a dreamy little song that's on right now. What I'm going to try to do this time for you in this video is link the playlist so that you can see the playlist and turn it on your own Spotify if you've got Spotify. Okay, 2 more times like this. Lift for 2, lower for 2, up and up, and then we're going to blend them both together. Here we go, crunch. So I'm going to pick up that speed just a hair as well. Down and up, down and up, down and up. Both sides of the obliques are getting their work in today, and both upper and lower are working together at this point. Are you guys dying? Because I feel like I'm starting to die. 4 more. But like die in the best way. Is that a thing? Hold it up to the top. Little tiny pulse. 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 And pulse. 8 more. Maybe we should make this the screenshot when my face is like. 4, you're going to stay at the top. We add in the extension of the leg in the arm. Reach for 2 counts. And then you lay back down. There's tons of time with this song. Right, this song's a little slower than the one I used before, so I have a lot more time to lay all the way over the ball, getting a little extra extension. Let's go ahead and pick up that speed. Drop, up, down. Inhale here, exhale as you come up. At least that's what makes sense for my body. If you find that the opposite makes sense for you, you can play with that. 4 more times, and we'll take that little pulse to the finish line. 3, 2, 1. Stay up. Fingers reach towards toes. Reach. Reach. If flexibility is an issue, you just get as close as you can. Maybe you need to bend your knee a little bit, but bring the upper abs toward the lower abs. In this crunch, we're getting close to the finish. Let's lift. This song is so boring. I should probably take it off the playlist. Oh well. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. You guys, good job. Stretch you out a little bit before we finish. So I hope you're feeling way more connected through your core than you did when you started this video. It's a nice one. It's short, it's sweet. Doesn't take too long, but it sure does get the job done. So now I'm just letting my core extend in the opposite direction that it has for the past however long we've been doing this. 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Push those heels back toward the floor. Open up the chest, take a deep breath. And then exhale. Good. When you're ready, settle it back down. I certainly look like I had a little workout. Thanks again for joining. Some Core 101. I'm happy to bring you more videos soon. Have a great day.